Our animal and nature assisted awakening is an offering of the deepest love from nature to nature. It's a moment to converge in remembering that we are nature and that our true nature is one. Simple. But beyond concept, about feeling our way in to the heart of now, where everything is known that needs to be known, and everything is given, and everything is received and given as one seamless flow. So enter into the stream fully. Breathe out all the superfluous residues. And breathe in what you need on the deepest levels. Let's gather here with this herd who have been owning this field of intention for over 10 years. We step into this space together to transform, not to gain information, but to receive transformation. To accept and to open into the acceptance of the beauty of who we are, which brings healing for all of nature. So with the herd of light, as you see this great soul disguised as a horse being named Yoshi, together in the presence of her luminous heart, let it reflect your own luminosity fully and bathe in the beauty. It was 10 years ago, 15 now, perhaps actually, that Yoshi was clear in her intention to be of service to humanity, and my heart completely burst, and these gatherings were born from that bursting. So together here and now, in the center of the heart of now, we breathe our way back to who we truly are, here with Yoshi and her beautiful herd of light. Khalil, stretching. Ah, toss. Travis. Our sweet sentinel of light, Charlie. And Sabina, for those who haven't met me. There's an unseen whole star of the herd, Omar, very present. And let's feel the presence too of the animal beings that are right here with you. Maybe in your physical space, but maybe even more intimately than that, right in your heart. Because physical distance means nothing in the land of intimacy. And in the land of true connection. Let's feel the presence of the vast heart of Mother Gaia and all of her beings. They are in the form of animal beings, horses, dogs, cats, birds, trees, rocks. They are all her children. And so are we. So let's call ourselves fully into the space. Let's feel the presence of the dirt and the soil and the microbiome, the land and the indigenous roots of wisdom, the stewards of the land through the ages. Let's feel the dancing of the wind and the air, fire, element, water, earth, element, and the ether, element. Feel this interbreathing presence with the trees. We breathe through the roots of our being, feeling the mycelium and the communication of light that we are part of. the plants, flowers, the crystals, the nature spirits, the birds and the insect realm, all of the oceanic beings and the oceans and rivers. Feel this interbreathing flow of love that you are circulating with naturally. We're breathing with the sun and the moon, the stars, not just the stars that are outside of ourselves, but the stardust and the starlight that makes up our own form. The planets and space, the cloud beings, and the vast diversity of animals, from the safari beings to Antarctica, from the deserts to the high mountains, forest dwellers, the rainforest, Australian bush. Feel this interbreathing vastness and open to receive. As you receive and breathe out, you are giving back in this flow of transceiving. And let's invite in our ever-evolving human animal family. The tender, sincere invitation for all hearts to awaken. And feel our intention ripple out. Receive and receiving back now the response of love, gratitude for our being here. Over the course of the years that we've been meeting, and we meet weekly for all who want to dive deeper. You just reach out to me if that feels like a flow you would like to enter into. We begin the first of the month with a new exploration, a honed ray of attention, something that I open to when I am communing with the herd. And when I feel our collective need, which sometimes feels personal too, for how can I separate the two? as we interbreathe together. And this topic is more than a topic. It is a strengthening of a frequency, a strengthening of pathways of our original template before we were conditioned out of it. Our natural template as nature beings to be restored together. Here is the intention. And our frequency honing this month will be on the topic of true seeing, true self seeing, because it begins that intimately. How we see ourselves becomes projected out. So true self-seeing is a very worthy cause to begin to open to and activate and amplify in the presence of this unique convergence. And just allow the soles of your feet to listen. And let your mind find a warm, soft landing place in your heart to listen. And let your heart be cradled by the bowl that is singing with the universe in your belly. And together we will tune to words that carry with them frequencies, not as concepts, more like music. So let us begin now with these transmissions. True self-seeing. Let's begin with this transmission from Dragonfly. This is from the consciousness of Dragonfly. So for a moment, you can feel the way that you feel when you meet a dragonfly. When you see the iridescence of their wings, the magical quality of their being. Just feel the humming of their wings here in the space. And these words are a translation of something imparted, wanting to be imprinted and awakened by dragonfly consciousness. True self-seeing is a bathing, a steeping, and a softening into the essential distillation of the essence of your being. True self-seeing is a bathing, a steeping, and a softening into the essential distillation of the essence of your being. True self-seeing is a deep listening to the essence of the frequency of light that sang you into existence. True self-seeing is a listening to the essence of the frequency of light that sang you into existence. A ceremonial, slow, rhythmic, breath by breath, sipping the essence tincture of your soul. Ceremonial, slow, rhythmic, breath by breath, sipping the essence tincture of your soul. A sacred, rarefied inner tea ceremony of breath by breath savoring and steeping in the tea of your soul essence. A sacred, rarefied inner tea ceremony of breath by breath savoring and steeping in the tea of your soul essence, where you are the vessel, the tea leaves, and the water you steep in. Where you are the vessel, the tea leaves, and the water you steep in. The sipper and the elixir being sipped. You are the vessel, the tea leaves, the water you steep in, the sipper and the elixir being sipped. True self-seeing. Inner tea ceremony. Steeping in the tea of your soul essence. A refined breath by breath, sipping of your innermost self. Entering into the intimate flow of savoring and being savored. The intimate flow, entering into the intimate flow of savoring and being savored. This is true self seeing. So let's take a moment to bathe, to sip the tea of our soul essence, breath by breath, to steep in the waters infused and to savor an inner tea ceremony of true self-seeing. You just notice what this feels in your body. In your mind, and in your heart. You think dragonfly. Now is the time to entrain back to the sacred rhythmic ceremony of true self-seeing, born from deeply steeping in the essence of who you are before you came into the form of the you that you think you are. Now is the time to entrain back to the sacred rhythmic ceremony of true self-seeing, born from deeply steeping in the essence of who you are before you came into the form of the you that you think you are. But just letting the breath release what needs to be released. To take this in deeper, to open up pathways to true self-seeing that have been diverted, conditioned out from these pathways. And just simplify into this true self-reflection, more than a reflection, bathing in the knowing, true knowing, the in your bones knowing, in stardust going. So as we sit here under the elderberry tree, this glorious being, our eldest in the herd, Travis Alazine, feel the support that's needed to lean deeply into yourself that is here. This transmission comes from the herd of light. Perceive horses as beings of light. This open, clarified inner seeing begins from within, flowering forth from the embodied, direct experience of recognizing yourself as a being of light. Perceive horses as beings of light. This open, clarified inner seeing begins from within, flowering forth from the embodied, direct experience of recognizing yourself as a being of light. It is from this clarified self-seeing that a true seeing of horses and of all beings fully emerges. When you begin to see us in this way, then your true self-seeing accelerates and strengthens. A reciprocal, self-generating clarity. This is our deepest gift for you. Our deepest intention is to awaken your heart's true self-seeing, which naturally perceives through an undistorted soul lens. And once you see yourself in this way, as an embodied, felt sense, then it is impossible not to see us and all beings in this true way. Perceive horses as beings of light. This open, clarified inner seeing begins from within, flowering forth from the embodied direct experience of recognizing yourself as a being of light. It is from this clarified self-seeing that a true seeing of forces and of all beings fully emerges. When you begin to see us in this way, then your true self-seeing accelerates and strengthens too. A reciprocal, self-generating clarity that is our deepest gift for you. A reciprocal, self-generating clarity. Our deepest intention is to awaken your heart's true self-seeing, which naturally perceives through an undistorted soul lens. Our deepest intention is to awaken your heart's true self-seeing, which naturally perceives through an undistorted soul lens. And once you see yourself in this way, as an embodied felt sense, then it is impossible not to see us and all beings in this true way. So let's feel these pathways of self-seeing returning to their natural illuminated pathways of reflected light. Let's allow a deep, embodied, felt sense to hear this song of I see you. This recognition. And we simply breathe. Interbreathing here with Travis, with one another. This remembrance. Thank you to the herd of light for that transmission. And deep, deep gratitude to us all for opening, for co-creating, and for receiving in this way together. Our convergence is an amplification of life. So just basking in it for a breath.